Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and today we're going to make something pretty cool actually. We're going to create a rap name generator. So basically, we're going to ask a couple of questions of our user, and depending on their answers to those questions, they're going to get a unique rap name just for them. We're going to use lists to create these the rap names. And I did a quick Google search for some rap name generator ideas, and I found this one that I think works pretty well. So we can do this. We can use the last digit of their phone number and the month they're born, and then we can put in the corresponding data. You can come up with your own. Obviously, please create your own. I will show you how it's done, and you can kind of make your own if you want to do that. So rap name generator. Okay. And now for this, like, it's probably a good idea to keep the numbers small, so the data set small, because these lists, as you'll see, it's going to take a bit for us to type all of this data in there. We have to type all these words in. So you can use one that is super big, but I'm going to stick to something small like this, but with enough data to where it's going to be interesting for, the person playing our game or messing with our app here. All right, first things first, we'll put in our name and the name of the project. All right. And then in here, I just want to print something at the top of the screen so that they know what application they're using. Rap name generator. Okay. All right. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to ask them a couple of questions. And for the one that I've chosen, it's going to be the last digit of your phone number and the month you were born. So we'll do print. And actually, there's a better way to do this. So we can both create a variable, assign data to the variable, and print out a statement all in one line of code. It actually makes it pretty nice. So I'm going to create a variable called phone, and I'll say equals. We want to make sure that this is an integer. So integers are numbers that we can use to do math, or in this case, look up the index of a list. So we need to turn this, whatever they type, into an integer. And then inside of here, we're going to say input. And inside the parentheses, we can say, what is the number of the let's do, what is the last digit? That's cleaner. Digit of your phone number. All right. And then let's create a variable called month, and we'll do the same thing. We'll make it an integer, and we'll say input. What is the number of the month you were born? Okay. So then we should have two numbers that the user entered. The next thing we need to do is we need to create our lists. And so the first list I'm going to create is, I'll just call it first for the first part of the name. Now, what creates a list are these brackets here. So anything that we type in between these brackets, separated by commas, are going to be basically our data. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter the data. So the first index, index 0 is going to be post. Index 1 will be Lil. Index 2, young. Now I'm just looking at my other screen. I have this pulled up on my other screen, so I'm basically just going off of this. Bad. Epic. Now notice I'm getting to the end of the line. That's fine. It'll just automatically push it down, but it'll still be a part of this statement. Baby. And ultimate. fierce, drip, and big. So now we have this first list, and it's a list of 10 names that we're going to start, we're going to use to start our wrap name. And then, you guessed it, we're just going to create a second list, and we'll put in the names there. Book Nerd, Grind, Swaggy, Unique, Hype Man, Supreme, Queen, Swerve, Legend, Cypher. Now, again, it's important that you remember you do not have to use these if you don't want to. You can make these whatever you want. You can make up your own. You can use another set of words. It's completely up to you. Okay. So now this basically will work kind of the way we want it to. The problem we're going to run into is with lists. Remember I said the first index is going to be 0. So with this question here, what is the number of the month you were born? There's no such thing as month 0. So if they enter July, it'll be July is 7, which in here would actually be the 8th piece of data, the 8th index, because we start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it'd be the 8th. We actually want it to be one back. So let's do, the easiest way to do this is we can say month minus equals 1. And what that's going to do is it's going to take whatever's inside the month variable, whatever number is there, it's just going to subtract it by 1. So if they enter 12 for December, we will be able to go back 1. So this is the 11th index, so it'd be 12 minus 1, which gives us 11, which is the final index in our list. And so the same thing up here, Book Nerd, right? This is the 0 index, so if they enter 1 for January, then we're subtracting 1 from 1, and we get 0. Okay. So then the last thing we have to do is print our output. Now, I'm going to show you a trick. So last week we were using the plus sign to add strings together. So we would type out, the words you want to type, and then anytime we wanted to input a variable, we would have to do plus and then type the name of the variable and then another plus. And that can get a little bit daunting. So what we can do is we can create a formatted output. So I'm just going to type the letter F, and then I'm going to start my string. What that's telling Python is that I want to format this output in a certain way. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. So your wrap name is, now we can use these braces. The braces are basically saying, all right, I'm going to enter a variable here. And so the variable that I want to enter is going to be the name of this list plus the index, not plus, but the name of the list and the index of whatever this number is. So here's how that looks. It would be first, because that's the name of that list. And then inside of these braces, we would put phone, right? So whatever this phone number is, so if they entered 8, then it would be phone, or it'd be first 8, and it would pull up the 8th index, which 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So drip would be displayed on the screen. Okay. And then we can do it again for the second part. A second, and then we can do month. And let's finish off our quotes there. And now our program basically works. So let's go ahead and test it out and see what my wrap name is. So rap name generator, what is the last digit of your phone number? Let me see. Okay, I had to go through my phone number in my head. I couldn't remember. So the last digit is 4. And the number of the month I was born. I was born in July, so that's going to be 7. And, oh, my rap name is Epic Queen. So you can tell everybody that Mr. Storm's rap name is Epic Queen. All right, cool. So that works. Let's test it out again just to make sure that we didn't get some random thing. And actually, we can go through here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what we expect. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which gives us swerve. But remember, we subtracted 1, so we go back to queen. So that's exactly how it's supposed to work. All right, let's say it was 9. And I was born in January. So my rap name is Big Book Nerd. That actually probably applies more. But I like Epic Queen. That's pretty good. All right, so that's our rap name generator. Have fun with this. Like I said, you really should be changing up the data inside this list instead of just using what I'm using. Because, these are kind of, I don't know, they're kind of corny. You can make up your own, I think. That'll be a lot better than what I have on here. Plus, I want to see your creativity. I want to see what you guys come up with. And you don't have to use the same questions either, right? What is the last digit of your phone number? It could be anything, right? Just remember that the total possible numbers that they're going to be able to enter, you have to account for that. So if you ask for what is the day of the month you were born, you have to have 31 different pieces of data inside that list. So try not to go too big with your data sets, but because we're typing them all in here and we have a limited amount of time in class. But yeah, the sky's the limit. Go crazy with this. I want to see what you guys can come up with. Okay. That's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.